Alright guys, here we are again with another video. So we're going to keep on rolling through these skill descriptions and these basically have a look at their skills while we can. We might start with Captain America Hydra Supreme uniform. So let's have a quick look at this actual uniform effect and have a look and see what it does. Mind you, I can't remember his last uniform, what it does as well. Okay, applies itself in 10% increase of all attacks, activation rate 50% rate when hit, applies itself, immune to all damage for 3 seconds. Okay, so 10% increase of all attacks and 100% chance of immunity to all damages. We've got to remember his team suit and his basically his Infinity War outfit provided it's a synergy uniform, right? So we're not going to have that with this uniform. So that's interesting. Let's have a look at the uniform effect. Activation rate 50% when hit, applies to self, increase all attacks 15%, removes incapacitation, and he's got the same immunity to all damage. So when hit 15%, whereas with this new Hydra uniform it is just 10% increase of all attacks all the time. So that's actually pretty interesting comparison between those uniforms. Like I said, I think it'll be interesting. It'll have to be quite an OP uniform to kind of keep up with his endgame uniforms, just because they are synergy uniforms. So we got that sort of 30% happening there, whereas this one we got 25%. All right, well let's have a quick look at his attacks anyway, and see how we go from a skill point of view. It's mythic, yeah? Alright. Sorry. Got a little bit lost there. Okay, so his third skill, very similar to what it used to be. Bit of a shield charge. His fifth skill is different. And obviously the big change with Captain America is his blast type. You know, he's now blast villain instead of combat hero, which is pretty important for Alliance battle, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he stacks up in comparison to Cyclops for Alliance battle extreme. There's quite a fair bit of chain damage on that fifth. His fourth skill is interesting. He stands still through the fourth skill, so he's going to be a bit of a meteor magnet, whereas his current fourth skill, he does basically 360 around the beast. And I've got to admit, when I saw that there was another Captain America uniform, I'm like, seriously? I mean, how many uniforms this dude actually got? But when you see that he changes class with it, and he changes into a villain, and his tier 3 is exactly the same. When you see that he actually does undergo those changes, and certainly this must, to me, this is a must-have uniform if you have Captain America tier 3, and we will see in due time. I don't know why that's coming up as grayed out. I really don't know why those skills are coming up, but we can sort of roll through these anyway. Passive, that's the same as what it was. Okay, so these are the change skills. Okay, so we got burn damage, bleed damage, 80% chance for all immunity on his first skill, so I think that's pretty similar to what it used to be. Fourth skill, we got the all defense down still on the fourth skill, stacks up to 25%. We got an invincible 5 seconds, removes elasticity, and on the fifth skill, reality manipulation, whatever the hell that is, incapacitation, 5% recovery and max HP, so that's a little bit different. And we've got some self buffs, increase all attacks, some defense, and all speeds by 1%. Okay, so and everything else is kind of the same. So let's have a look at this fourth skill. All defense down up to 25%. And this one, we've got all those self buffs. Let's have a quick look at the I mean, I don't remember these uniform effects off the top of my head, I can tell you that. Let's have a quick look at his skill descriptions on his 4th and 5th skill. Yeah, okay, so it's different. Not too much different. And in fact, this one has stacks up to 30% decrease down on his 4th skill, whereas the Hydra Supreme, I think, was 25%. Oh, sorry, went out of there. Did not mean to do that. So there, it's going to be very interesting to see how this uniform actually does compare to his current uniforms, and also how he compares to Cyclops in Alliance Battle Extreme. Before we get there, we've got a bit of building to do here. Oh, actually, we've got Power of Angry Hulk already equipped. Just don't have any silver ISOs to put on him. So yeah, okay, that's Captain America for you guys. Let's have a quick look at Crossbones. Have a look at his uniform effect. Applies self crit rate increase by 25%. That's pretty significant. Wow, 25% increase of all attacks and 50% increase of HP. Holy shit! Man, that is quite the uniform. That is quite the uniform. Wow. It looks like it's a base level uniform that only goes up to 15%. Oh, hang on. No, it's only at normal. So yeah, it's one that we have to rank up. It doesn't come at Mythic, but certainly that uniform looks pretty damn good. Let's have a quick look at his skill descriptions. So these must be the new skills here. Tier 2 passive remains unchanged. His Tier 1 passive is the same. And then looks like we've got all different skills. So his first skill, straight damage. Second skill, burn damage, bleed damage. Third skill, burn damage, decrease down. Decrease of all defenses up to 45%. Applies self recovery. Man, he looks like he's going to be a bloody tank. He looks like he's going to be like a bit of a Bane type setup. Applies to enemies, 30% burn damage. And 5th skill, a self buff, a nice self buff, and invincible. Man, he is going to be a totally changed character. For me, just having this uniform, I mean, we haven't tested it out. We can have a quick look at the skill descriptions, but on paper alone, it looks like this is going to be a must-have to actually turn like pretty well effectively a useless character into someone that looks like it's going to be alright. Wow, look at that 5th skill. Oh, Crossbones, where have you been? Man, where have you been, bro? That is unreal. 4th skill. So good. Oh, wow. Okay. I can tell just by doing those 2 skills I'm going to be buying this uniform straight up. Second skill, basically, knife frame backwards and forwards. First skill, a little bit of a hammer fist. Take that, you sons of bitches. And third skill. Does he actually put the boot in there? Does that first hit him actually throwing the boot out there? Oh no, he's treading on... What's he treading on? Some sort of detonator or something. But that 5th skill, this skill, wow. How cool. And then the 4th skill. Love it. Love it. That is insane. That is so cool. What a cool uniform. Probably has no relevance to Alliance Battle, or maybe not meta changing in any way, but I'm telling you, that looks like a bloody fun uniform to have. I'm not hyping it up. I'm not, trying to blow it out of proportions. I'm just saying that looks pretty epic. Okay, on to Redskull. I'm going to have to get off here in about 5 minutes. Let's have a quick look at Redskull's uniform effect. Decreased sword damage received by 20%. Okay, really not the best uniform self buff. Let's have a bit of a look at the actual skill descriptions here. So it looks like all these skills have been changed. So let's have a bit of a look. Let's give ourselves a reminder of his passive. Increases self 30% increase all attacks. Increased damage dealt to superheroes by 120. Decreases damage received from superhero by 20%. Okay, so quite a villain theme, which I respect. Okay, so 5th skill. Hang on, what do we got here? Yeah, so his 5th skill. Cosmic skill. Oh wow, massive self buff. Applies to self, increase all attacks by 60%, all speed by 5 and crit rate by 60. Holy smokes. Guards against 3 hits. Wow. Okay. That's a game changer indeed. That's a pretty useless tier 1 passive. Okay, he's 6 skill. Mind control for 7 seconds. Damage received increased by 5%. What? Oh yeah, applies to enemies. Applies to self. Increases all attacks by 20%. All defenses by 20%. So really a bit of a team skill there. Hydra rallying cry, so that's kind of what you'd expect. First skill, we've got a stun. Second skill, 3% decrease of all defenses, stacks up to 30%. Ignores immunity. Third skill with a stun. Fourth skill, which is Cosmic Beam, which from the we'll have a look at that. It looked like a channeling skill from what I saw on the live stream. So paralyzed for 3 seconds, incapacitation, applies to self. So we got recovery, nice. 70% chance for immunity to damage, very nice. 5 seconds, and it just it's just going to change him as a character 100%. So once again, let's have a look at these skills first. But I mean, we're taking characters which are effectively being crap and turning him into something that looks alright. So he's blast villain. So let's have a look at this 5th skill. Yeah, okay, so it's actually nice and short, the skill. Has packs quite a few hits in a small area. 4th skill. Okay, so 4th skill is a channeling skill, and you can move around during the channeling skill. So that looks pretty cool. And a bunch of hits. 2nd skill. Oh, okay. A little bit of Iron Man / Iron Patriot going on there. Not bad. 1st skill. Bit of a duck in and punch. Take that. 3rd skill. Quite the iframe. And a few shots from an aerial type position. Let's have a look at this 5th skill. Oh wow. Whoa. How cool does that look? That is insane. Too cool. Too good. Very impressive indeed, Netmarble. So let's just have a quick look at his leadership again. I can't remember his leadership. Applies to all allies, 24% increase of all defenses. It's bad. There's no nice way of saying it, but that's bad leadership for who is really one of the heads of Hydra. You would think he probably would have a little bit better leadership, but certainly that 6th skill seems to give a significant buff to all villain allies there. Okay, last one. Let's have a quick look. Is that? Yeah, no. This is the one I've been hanging for, right? Dr. Octopus, Superior Octopus. Let's have a bit of a look at his skill descriptions here. Well, no, let's do this. What we've been doing, let's have a look at his uniform effect. Okay, so it comes in Mythic, which is nice. His uniform effect, activation rate when skill Tentacle Shockwave is used, applies itself, increases damage by 200% for 1 attack. Whoa! Holy smokes! And Tentacle Shockwave is his 3rd skill. Okay. Wow. Increased damage by 200%. He's got an inbuilt damage proc. Man. Okay, let's have a quick look at these skills. Because certainly that 3rd skill, we will be able to chain it into it looks like his 5th skill from the test build was quite damaging. Did we actually have a look at all those skill descriptions? I don't think we did. I think I just got too excited when I saw that that uniform effect. Okay, let's roll back through. So let's remind ourselves his passive applies self increase chain hit damage by 10% when attacking. That's very nice. Increases guaranteed dodge rate by 20%. Very nice. 6th skill. Applies to enemies. Minus 30% decrease of physical defense. That is epic. Decrease lightning resist by 30%. Once again, that's epic. Decreases mine resist by 30%. Which one of these skills has mine? Anyway, we'll go through that. Applies to self increase all attacks by 20%, all defense by 20%. Holy smokes. And this is only going to go up, right? This awakened skill is only at level 1. So, wow. Okay, first skill, let's have a quick look. Straight damage. Second skill, straight damage. Third skill, 50% chance for immunity to all damage, which is very nice for 5 seconds. So he's got it all things happening at this point in time. Fourth skill, 25% shock damage every second for 5 seconds. So damage over time. He's got paralysis on that skill as well. And a straight damage through his hits as well. And fifth skill, wow. Decrease all defenses, stacks up to 20% only, ignores immunity, but it has a significant physical damage component there. His passive applies itself 20% increase to physical attack. I don't know, guys. We'll test it out, but I'm telling you, he looks like the goods with this sixth skill. So let's have a quick look at the fifth skill. Okay. Okay, so this one is the one. Okay. Wondering how. Yeah, so I'm wondering if that 200% damage just applies to that third skill only. Either way, it's pretty damn good. Okay, fourth skill. Whoa. How flashy does that look? That's freaking unreal. Man, too cool. What? Third skill is epic anyway. It's like a channeling skill. Wow. Holy shit, man. How good are these characters? Let's have a look at this sixth skill. Oh wow, I see all the sinister sticks flying around. That's bonkers. Look how many hits that thing's doing. 450 hits. Okay, sure, it's to a mob. Oh man, what a beautiful looking skill. Tell you what, it's nearly like a new favourite character. So, kudos to Netmarble. I mean, we haven't tested them out in game modes like World Boss Ultimate or Alliance Battle or Giant Boss Raid or anything like that yet. But, just from the skill descriptions and the animations, they've done a pretty epic job of turning a few shitty characters in CROSSBONES, Doc Ock, and also CROSSBONES, Redskull, Doc Ock, I've said the three, yeah, into something that looks pretty damn amazing. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for me at this point in time. I haven't looked at any of the alliance. Okay, alliance battle stuff. Can't even. Oh, you need to join an alliance, I guess. So we probably need to do that. And I'll have a bit of a look. Oh God, well, everyone's just started their own alliance. Okay, I'll get to that later on. Yeah, they've done an awesome job on paper and visually of turning some pretty shit, boring characters into some pretty epic characters. Superior Octopus looks like he is really worth getting excited about. Hydra Cap, let's have a look at that. Let's see how he stacks up. I mean, he's going to struggle from a leadership perspective on Blastville on Day compared to Cyclops. You know, there's no Magneto level leadership for Hydra Cap, I can tell you that. But let's see how we go. We're going to do some extra testing, guys. Thanks for watching the videos. Appreciate your time. Let me know in the comments below anything else you want me to have a look at. Thanks, guys. Bye.